if Adam came from the dust of the ground, and Moses was told by the Lord, Moses and Aaron was told by the Lord to take the ashes out of the furnace, and according to Exodus 9, and throw a handful up into the air in front of Pharaoh, then didn't Adam come from the furnace? So now, if Adam came from the furnace, how was Adam forgiven? Right? Like ashes, the furnace, that means something was consumed with flames. Now, this is Exodus 9 verse 9. It says, and it shall become small dust in all the land of Egypt, and shall be a bull breaking forth with blains upon men, upon beasts throughout all the land of Egypt. And they took ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it up towards heaven, and it became a bull breaking forth with blains upon men and upon beasts. And the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils, for the boils was upon the magicians and upon all the Egyptians. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had spoken unto Moses. And the Lord said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh, and say unto him, thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, let my people go, that they may serve me. For I will at this time send all my plagues upon thy heart, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, that they may have know that there is none like me in all the earth. For now I will stretch out my hand, that I may smite thee and thy people with pestilence, and thou shalt be cut off from the earth. And in every deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth. Now, who is that? Who name is declared in all of the earth? Because Jesus was not present in this scene, as I was not present in this scene. But I'm going to show you when I became historically present in a scene somewhat similar to this scene. So now, if this is a reenactment, so let's say reenact. So this a reenactment is to reenact. So let's break that down. Enact is to establish by legal and authoritative act. See, to establish by legal and authoritative act. This happened in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, because that's when Satan's God failed to legally defend Satan, for whom, according to the Webster Dictionary of Satan, was commanded by God to tempt me to sin. So now, when Satan failed at his objective, now let's talk about objective. All right? Okay, objective. Expressing or dealing with facts or conditions as perceived without distortion by personal feelings, prejudices, or interpretations. So see, he failed at his objective because his expression has now got him on trial. Seek of what expression? Okay, to represent in words. See, so no, it's expressing. Excuse me. So it says expressing or dealing with. So expressing is defined as to represent in words. Now, is not Exodus 9 in words? So Moses expressed in words the actions that the Satan and his God is doing in my life. So now, I am not Moses. So I don't know who the Lord that Moses is talking about. I don't know. But in my story, I am the Lord. I am God. I'm the King. I'm the truth. I'm the light. I'm the way. I'm everything in my testimony. Because if you say I did something, then I have to prove that I did not do it. Now, but if the Lord in Exodus 9 verse 12 said, and the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh. So now, do you not see Pharaoh's hardened heart? So if Pharaoh's heart was hardened back in Egypt, and now you have Pharaoh-like figures all over the world who won't listen to reason, then wouldn't they now be fulfilling Exodus 9, right? Verse 11, see, and it says, Exodus 9 verse 11 says, and the magicians could not stand before Moses, just like your magicians can't stand before me in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida ever since February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. Now, your magicians are standing before you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, and prisons all over the world, because it's easy to cast an illusion in a spiritual world. See, but when you go to court, you have to explain the cause of the illusion you cast. So see, the magician will have to then explain the illusion, or they'll have to tell you that the illusion is real. See, so now if my truth is in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida ever since February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, see, my truth is standing in front of the magician. See what I'm saying? So see, and according to Exodus 9, it tells you that, and the magician could not stand before Moses, nor can the magician stand before my truth. You see what I'm saying? Because the truth is going to be like Moses, because I'm the Lord. See what I'm saying? See, once I delivered my truth, then I now send my truth to you. See, if you, like when people talk to me, I get my truth and I get their email address and I send it to them immediately. So that way, well, we might talk briefly, right? But then they can take my truth in the comfort of their own surroundings, wherever they feel comfortable at, and they can take their time reading it, right? So, but a lie, an illusion, how can you take an illusion somewhere and only the magician can cast the illusion? You see what I'm saying? So after you leave the magic show, you leave the illusion at the show. So now you can only tell somebody who wasn't at the show what happened. Now they in that spiritual world too. See, once you start telling them about the magic trick, you then taking them to the magic show. You understand? But now you become the magician. See what I'm saying? Your friend wasn't at the show. So you now doing what you saw the magician do. But can you then make the illusion materialize? See, now the actual magician can make the image disappear. And then the magician can make the image reappear, right? But now the truth discerns it all. And then it deciphers each element of the illusion. So The magician don't want the truth in the magic show, because the truth is then gonna say, oh, it's over here. Hey, shut up, man. But the truth, how can the truth be silent in the face of an illusion that's tricking the developed mind? So if the illusionist is tricking the developed mind, the truth has to speak out, because they don't want that mind to then think that that illusion is the truth. So wouldn't the truth defend the developing mind, so the developing mind would know the magician? Think about it. Exodus 9, and the magician could not stand before Moses because of the boils. See, so wouldn't the truth, the facts of the truth be the boils? Let's see. Let's break it down. So boils. Okay, then I read it. Okay, hold on, because boil is boiling, but then it's gonna get down to what you're talking about when you get to the root of the word. Wait a minute, boils. See, but I don't know. Wait a minute. I think if I go medical, there it is. A localized swelling and inflammation of the skin resulting from usually bacterial infections of a hair follicle and adjacent tissue, having a hard central core and forming pus. See, so now the truth to a serpent in a spiritual world is a boil. It's an inflammation. See, that's why I say I'm pregnant with this. So say if history, right? History, for which is a chronological record of significant events, is pregnant, right? Then wouldn't those institutions for whom are affected by those chronological recorded events become pregnant with both the truth and the lie? See, right now, that's why our history is two-faced. Let's break down two-faced. Two-faced, double dealing, having two faces. So if my truth represent my face, then wouldn't Satan God represent Satan lies in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning? See, now, when we go back to Genesis 1, now we see those two faces. Let's go. Genesis 1, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was without form. So see, there was nothing. So if a lie has created something, then wouldn't what the lie created go back to nothing in the beginning of everything? Think about it now. See, if Adam violated the covenant, then Adam put everything that would have been, he took it out of motion. He took the process of it and he put it into another direction. See, that's why I say you have been led astray. So say if Adam was leading us, when he bit the apple of deceit, he took us off the course. That makes all the sense in the world. So now, if whoever took Adam off the course became the God of Adam. So now if God is now commanding Satan, then Satan has to be God to those who Satan then deceives. Right? Because he's commanded by something greater than himself. See now, if I believe that I am who I am, then I have to prove my greatness as I am. So If I only can go as high as my greatness would have allowed me to go, then I would have settled for less. Or I would have settled for my value at what my value would have been to myself, right? But because I know that my value is divine, because my mind, right, then I'm saying, why would I then devalue my mind by not allowing the process to play out? Now let's go. Process, right? Now that's why you seeing the two faces. See in Genesis 1. Okay, the process is progress, something going on. See? So this is what's going on now, right? So it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and the darkness was upon the face. See, that's the first face. See, the darkness upon the face of the deep. So what is the darkness if it's not deception? Right? Okay, let's see darkness. See, because this is was the translated form of it. So darkness, the quality is stated, a gloomy or depressed state or tone that is evil. Here it is. Darkness is evil. Darkness is also defined as a lack of knowledge or enlightenment. See, so now, if you are walking in darkness, by definition, you are walking with a lack of knowledge of self. See, how can you be dark to your own understanding of you? How can you not know you better than anybody else unless you let somebody tell you who you not, and then they tell you who you are? See, like when people used to say, you think you Jesus, I used to say, well, if you know who I'm not, then you should be able to tell me who I am. How do you know who I'm not, but you don't know who I am? But did I tell you I was Jesus? I never said I was Jesus, so why would you think I think I'm Jesus? See, you stay in a spiritual world and you judge everything to Jesus, but you never met Jesus. So see, your appraised value of yourself is so low that you can't see my value. See, how could gold see a metal's value when it's gold, right? See, the gold has its own kind and gold has its own value. So how would gold know the value of a material like iron? But now iron has value in its own state. You see what I'm saying? Because iron becomes valuable in building materials. Gold is not valuable in building because it's not strong enough. See what I'm saying? So everything has a value to its creator, right? So if a person is creating jewelry, right? Let me show you. Okay, damn, what kind of... I tell you. Okay, jewelry. Ornamental, so that's oriental, like, you know, you putting an ornament on something. Pieces such as rings, necklaces, earrings, and bracelets that are made of materials which may or may not be precious. See what I'm saying? So see, such as gold, silver, glass, and plastic. So see, jewelry, depending on its maker, shows its value. So you can have jewelry made out of glass. Now, if jewelry that's made out of glass, the value comes from the person who made it. So if the person who made it is of value, right, Jacob or any of these big name jewelers, then that glass have more value than normal glass because of who made it. You see what I'm saying? But gold gonna have its own value. It doesn't matter what the creator used the gold for. See, because the gold stands on its own. Now the glass could, you bust that on the ground, keep moving, unless you needed that glass to cut somebody. See, then that glass becomes valuable. See what I'm saying? So everything has value to the creator of it. Because if you're doing something to create something from it, then it has value because you need it in the moment. So if knowledge is not readily available to the person who need it, then now where they gonna get that knowledge from in that moment? See what I'm saying? That's why I say, is it the things that a person say to you hurt your feelings, or is it the things that they don't say? Because how can you grab knowledge that nobody loved you enough to give to you? So see, why the devil has taken 15 years of my life, do you not see how wisely I used those 15 years? See, I'm not rehabilitating myself, I'm rehabilitating you. See, that's why I'm telling you about my journey to enlightenment. See, but now say if I had fell short of myself, then how could I tell you about a journey that I never completed? You see what I'm saying? See, if I done went to court and I didn't come back from court, how could I tell you how to get through court? See, I would have only told you how to get to that level I got to. But by me getting in and out, I'm showing you that my value is priceless to you, because my value is history. See what I'm saying? It's a chronological recording, but it's done legally. See, it's a legal chronological recording of significant events in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida that has affected this nation and its institutions in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. So these economic plagues have been plaguing the state of Florida economically ever since August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. So how is anybody in the state of Florida sovereign other than Tommy Chancey Castle Sr., Benita Elaine Epps Castle, Tamika Rayshawn Castle, and Tommy Chancey Castle Jr., and Four Castles Incorporated. So, and now Chancey Incorporated. So what entity is a sovereign entity if it can't come into the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida and prove its sovereignty in accordance with the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Ten Commandments, the Holy Bible, and the Holy Quran in front of everybody, from Muslims to Christians to Buddhists to monks. I have to fight you all in your spiritual world as well as in the world itself. And then you now want to keep me in your spiritual world that I'm telling you that I don't know nothing about, but I'm also showing you that is who they talking about. See, I'm saying during the time that your understanding was written, you as a person was property of a person. That's why Moses had to free you. See what I'm saying? And so now it says, now this is 3, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. See what I'm saying? So now, if my face has moved across Okay, not well. Let me go back. This is 1 and 2. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That's 1. And then 2, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. So now, do you not see Satan, right, is the darkness? His God's face is on the deep, and my spirit is moving across the waters in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida. If you look, they supposed to have audio and video. So now, wouldn't all the faces in there, wouldn't one face be God's face and all the other faces be the faces on the deep? Right? So if life multiplies situations, then situations multiply in life. So if you say your Lord said be fruitful and multiply, then each scripture has multiplied by the generations that has multiplied. See what I'm saying? So now the face of evil multiplies with every generation. But how can the face of God multiply? See, so that's why from Genesis 1, it just went from God, the Spirit of God, now it's the flesh. So the Spirit then manifested it into the body of Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. And then that same Spirit, 10 years older, well, almost around about 10 years, so 9 years and some months later, that same God, that same name, that same image, but older, grayed up because of the wisdom. Time bring about wisdom, wisdom bring about a change. So that change walked into the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning and manifested himself and the darkness that his face or that his spirit is going over inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning into the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida. So see, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And now I'm bringing those who made the world void after the world was made. See? So if the world was made and now the world is legally voided, then wasn't the world remade in my image? If the world was made in a image of a male and a female, so now wouldn't the world now be made in my male image and my wife's female image if you give Adam and Eve credit for being at the beginning of this, of the end of this new creation? See, if Adam would have been me, then the consistency of history would have been consistent. But because of Satan's ability to defeat Adam through Eve, history is inconsistent, right? And that inconsistency in history has brought history into the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida to then defend itself against my history. So see, my constant history has now put history's inconsistencies on trial. So if history is on trial, then what is history if it's not my story? Or what is true history if it's not my story? Because the truth has to be proven. The truth has to manifest itself in a place where the truth, the whole truth, and none but the truth will identify God. Well, how can an opinion identify a name? without the name identifying flesh and bone. Because if Jesus was not a sheep and Jesus was a human, then the evidence of Jesus would be as I am evident.